Hello and welcome back to another Fantasy Strike speedrunning video. This time I'm going to be a little less talky. It's going to be a medium run this time. Let's get right into it. And go. So in the last video I just talked a lot about Onimaru and Fantasy Strike speedrunning and a bunch of crap. So if you want to know my thoughts about the current state of Fantasy Strike speedrunning and Onimaru, go watch that. This is going to be more about the run. And I'm still sort of figuring stuff out for speedrunning with Onimaru, but I think I got a solid hold on it, on what might make the fastest strats for him work. I mean, if all things go well, like they have been against a Gray, 4-second rounds are achievable, which is about the same as Valerie can do. Not saying necessarily that Onimaru can rival Valerie in being able to speedrun, but he can be pretty fast. And this is going well so far. This is actually sort of on pace with the normal any % arcade runs. Oh goodness. So yeah, this is one of the characters you have to watch out for. She likes to do stuff like that. Jaina especially does like to do her invincible reversals a lot. Probably even more than Grave in some cases. She tends to like to do them when you're near her or when she'll lift punish you. It's actually kind of never a good thing to do against her. This is the time to back off. I specifically just held left there after the first Pogo because I didn't want to do any more. Against most characters, they can just punish that, even on, not on hit, but the recovery. Like, they can punish you after you've hit them with it, because you take so long to land afterwards. Here I'm just going to block, because I knew she was going to do that. I probably actually just should have done, like, 4-day there, because animation would have ended earlier, and so I think it would have gone on to the next round earlier. So here I'm just trying to be careful so that doesn't happen. Okay, I'm gonna wait and then just punish that. So that one can be a little tricky, but you can bait out her Dragon Hearts pretty easily. And this is medium, so the computers are a little bit smarter than they are in easy. Arg is pretty much the same though. You can just pressure him all day. And that should do it, because he hit right into it. Oh boy. Oh, that's not gonna hit. So here, I'm just going to jump C to get over whatever he's going to do. I don't see him doing his neutral A, which is the one that goes up diagonally in the air, like that a lot. So usually jumping is pretty okay against him, but I happen to do it at that time. The difficulty of the CPUs does matter, but the difficulties do perform or the CPUs do perform very similarly on their respective difficulty each time. So you can create a plan against each individual CPU character based on the difficulty you're on. They may behave differently as well than other CPUs on that difficulty, but they usually will consistently behave very similarly to themselves, at least on that difficulty, if that makes any sense. So I'm doing that just to counter whatever he did, because that has armor, and he was also in guard break, so that's why I did the jumping C there, because it's more reliable to hit than the forward A in that instance, in my experience. And so yeah, that was a slow guard crush there, but it was better to do that guard crush, I think, because I know it would reliably kill him at the end of it. So see, that's an example of the juggle. So I just did a forward dash into a neutral A there. Or, yeah, forward dash into A, which is the farthest distance you can get. And there I did that because I wasn't going to guard crush there, and I just wanted to get closer to him. So there's nothing really Dragon Midori can do there, because he was on guard crush and on 1 health. So if you go fast enough in those rounds with Midori, he doesn't even really get into dragon form very much, I don't think. So it's good to... It's another bonus of just pressuring him down, is that you won't have to deal with dragon as much, which can give Onimaru some trouble. That's one of the instances... Ugh, I forgot that hit earlier now. So this is not going well. The grapplers are one instance of where air super might be something you would want to use, because they're good against both of them. So currently I'm sucking against medium rook here. Doing this just so that I wouldn't get grabbed, but I got punished. So here I'm going to do a neutral A. At least easy computer. I'm not sure about the other difficulties. At least the easy computer rook always grabs, like normal grabs if you're within range after that. Oh, okay. Maybe that's only an easy computer thing. I tried to Yomi there. Yomi is actually kind of slow. Wow, that landslide is being very effective for him. So my run is kind of over at this point. Like, you're not going to be recovering. Also, that tip about getting distance closer, I thought that would hit. I was 100% sure, but I was too high. Also, I forgot what I was saying before. So yeah, about getting closer, I'm actually going to use this here, because I'm like mega in trouble. And if I already had a time, I'd probably just reset this, because I've lost 3 rounds, which is, you're not coming back from that. But a time hasn't been set yet in this category, and I haven't even set a time yet myself, so I'm just gonna play it out. Yeah, you don't want to close the distance against Rook, because Rook in your face is very bad. That's just to kind of get him off me from whatever he's doing. I did that out of pure instinct. Or not instinct, muscle memory. So that's something you never want to do, what I just did. Both of those things. Yeah, Onimaru can be grabbed at the startup of that. Actually, I think he can be grabbed anywhere during it, as long as the opponent won't be hit while they're trying to grab. So I'm making a comeback here in this, but this is bad. So that's not something that Onimaru ever wins. And that landslide actually has made him much more formidable here. which is awesome when I'm playing Rook, but playing against Rook, it's kind of difficult to play around. Especially for Onimaru, because Onimaru's attacks are slow. So if he's in the middle of doing an attack, which is slow because all his attacks are slow, he's just going to be hit by that first hit of the landslide. So that's tough to deal with, but got through it. Didn't actually lose that. That's good. This still shouldn't be too difficult. So that's one example of where I wouldn't do the B follow-up after the initial B, and the reason is I thought he would appear on that side and didn't know, so I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, in the corner there, I didn't do the B follow-up because I chipped him, and so there wasn't going to be any guard crush on that, like there usually would be. So I just decided to do the A for pressure instead. Ow. So Quince is one of those that's usually kind of okay to do the pogo against. It depends. That's gonna kill. So luckily, if you deal damage to them with a grab, the guard crush still stays around, because it's just like it activates through normal chip damage. That's not it. Whoa, a Yomi. Okay. The easy computers actually Yomi a lot, so luckily Onimaru doesn't really need Yomis. It's fine. Alright, so there's our time. It's okay. I mean, 12 minutes is kind of the longer end of the spectrum. Like if you're picking up running this game in general, 12-minute time is it's kind of the upper end of the spectrum, and that's because I lost 3 rounds, which is not ideal, but that's fine. So I'll take it and I'll submit it because I don't want to do another run right now of this, but it's okay. I can do way better, obviously. Like, not losing rounds would help. But that medium difficulty Rook, I'm just not used to that. I've played mostly on easy for speedruns, and then I play on hard when I'm just wanting to play against the CPU casually, like, just for fun, or whatever, or to practice stuff. I'll just play against the hard CPU, so I don't ever play medium, and I speedrun differently than I just play casually, definitely. So big difference between the easy and medium Rook, I noticed. Rook was the biggest difference that I noticed in the CPU behavior. So might have to practice that against medium Rook. Go in like single match and play against medium Rook. I think, I'm not positive, but I think the single match mode here, the CPUs should play the same, because they have the same difficulties, so I would imagine that they play the same as they do in the arcade. Hopefully. Anyway, that's going to be the end for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you all on the next one.